Hi, friends of Lifehouse. This is Laura, and I'm here today in the beautiful home of Mrs. Sharon Graham, and we're here discussing the Mike Graham Award. It's our annual Volunteer of the Year Award. Mike and Sharon have been longtime friends and supporters of Lifehouse, and we are so blessed to have wonderful people like them that support Lifehouse with prayers, with time, talent, and treasure. And we're looking forward to celebrating that next Thursday on Give for Good. But I'm here today. I want to hear from our very first award recipient from 2018, Mrs. Sharon Graham. And Sharon, tell me a little bit about your and Mike's history and involvement with Lifehouse.
Okay, Mike and I attended the very first annual event for Lifehouse as guest, and we heard Bristol Palin speak. And the people that had invited us talked to us, and she asked me, she said, "Sharon, I think you'd make a good house mom." And I said, "Oh goodness, I don't know. I have to think about that and pray about that." So I did, and I said, "Well, maybe I'll come over and just give it a try." So once I walked into that house and saw the opportunity there for the girls and what they were being given, they were getting spiritual help, emotional help, physical help, and it just grabbed my heart. And Mike wasn't a baby person, so he was surprised that he got involved in Lifehouse. But after I was in delivery with one of the residents, and they handed that baby to me after he was born, and he became like one of ours, or like a grandchild, and so it's just been wonderful to be able to serve there, and it just wins you over immediately. And it isn't for everybody, but it certainly was a good thing for us.
Wonderful. Well, tell me a little bit about why you and Mike were so passionate about Lifehouse.
Well,
and are so passionate.
Again, it was just, we saw what could happen. These young girls who came in maybe with the clothes on their back, and they were in a crisis situation, and Lifehouse afforded them the opportunity to have a nice place to live and learn, and some of those girls couldn't even cook. They didn't know anything about cooking. And I guess I'm a Martha, and so I just love the idea of being able to help them learn to cook and clean and be proud of the place they lived. And they were getting a lot of love that many of those young ladies had never had before. And Mike, and at that point, we were empty nesters, so we had some love to give away too. So, and like I said, Mike was surprised, but after that little one came along and started getting older, he just had a really good time with him. And Mike came over a lot of times when I worked, and they encouraged that because a lot of these women didn't have a father image in their lives. And Mike would joke around with them and encourage them, and so they liked it when he came for dinner. It was some interesting table conversations, so.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because
Yes.
that's something that we're going to be talking about on Give for Good Day, and the importance of the father figures, and how even with our volunteers, how important that is to have those good, strong Christian men as examples for our residents. So there will be more about that on Give for Good Day. So tell me, if you, what does this award mean to you?
Well, I really knew nothing about this until I was informed that it was going to be given. But it is just a wonderful reminder to me about how Mike felt about Lifehouse and what we could do there together. And the new addition was added on while Mike was the president of the trustees, and so we spent a lot of time at Lifehouse, and that award we were really surprised that we were going to be given this, and but I would encourage people to get involved. And you walk in that door, and there's plenty to do, and it doesn't take a lot of talent, but everybody has their own gift. And so if lots of people volunteer, then the jobs can get done. And so that's just a reminder to me that I want to encourage people to be involved. And they used to tell me I was the biggest advocate for Lifehouse, because no matter where I went or who I was with, I would talk about Lifehouse.
Well, we appreciate your spreading the word.
Yes.
So, and I understand as a house mom, you were known as Mrs. Fix-It.
Yes, I think so. They kept a list for me, and when it was my turn to work, they said, okay, here's what we need. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful, because as a home, we have a lot of maintenance
Yes.
that needs to be done, and we're very
Yes.
blessed to have that. Well, it's been a pleasure to spend time with you, Sharon.
Well, thank
and if everyone stay tuned, because on next Thursday, September 17th, we will be awarding the 2019 Mike Graham Award, and look forward to making that announcement to a very deserving recipient then.